correct answer. So you just imagine we don't have an application to select it in real or something else. The students who score the highest number of points receive a certificate of completion of the course. It is the protocol and certificate of labor protection automatically, without testing. It is the prize, main prize. Christina, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, Christina, my assistant for today, will be counting the points today. Okay?
Okay.
Don't you mind?
Of course not.
Yes, of course. Christina, don't mind. And the other participant of this lecture, don't you mind?
Don't mind. Don't mind.
Okay. Also, we have online chat for questions for students until the end of December. This action. Chat support. You see the number. It's support on Viber. You, as you know, no one can know everything perfectly and remember everything at once. So for those students who want to get answers to the additional questions, we have this chat support. During the lecture, you can write down your questions and send them to the chat. Each of them will be answered to the end of December. And also you can ask the questions during this lecture, of course. The next. I want to introduce myself. You don't know who I am. I have 20 years experience in health and safety occupational. Experience in organization a full cycle of occupational safety solutions of different branches of business. Such areas as warehouse logistics, installation works of constructions, maybe you know Mall Ocean Plaza. I was the occupational health and safety specialist of organization that take part of developing this mall. This organization called like Angels, Technical Angels, a special name of organization. Now I work as in position of occupational health and safety specialist in VFC Global, and the labor officer in Forbes Ukraine, sorry, and founder of UTC Profi. UTC Profi is my childhood, imagine, yes. I want to say some words about this training center, UTC Profi. It is the organization of our studying and getting the protocol, the license and protocol and certificate of today lecture. Training Consultation Center of Labor Protection is the main specialization. We start our activity from 2015. We implemented more than 350 practical cases for a variety of business areas. Include IT companies and various size and status companies. It's shortly. It's our training process. You see the pictures from our process. I want to say that this process will be was before the war in Ukraine. This year we work online as usual. Most of our work is online. So we have also some procedure for knowledge from starting process. First process it's depend it's using for your company too. The first step of this process is training. Training is our lecture today. It's consists of that we have the resources to the legal act of different documents in open source that call Закон Рада Gov.ua. I will show the links for this article, for this labor safety documents, and you in different time you can study them more detailing. The second step is the testing system. All of you will already get a login and passwords to enter in online system of training. It's look like the picture in the screen. As a result of training, the student is tested as usual. Testing includes the full range of regular acts of labor protection in this course. Each normative legal act of labor protection in this course also has a normative reference in the original source. A distance online testing is occupational safety and health in conduct using in online source for remote knowledge testing. As a result of testing, the students is issued a protocol and state certificate signed by the chairman and members of examination. This chairman, as usual, is the inspector of Держпраці. I will tell you below during this lecture, and about this organization, state organization. And the next step is third step. We have certificate and protocol. It's look like this. In the right side, you see the normative acts in which you testing, a number of protocol, and the date of protocol. So it's the name of your position, its surname and name, and the name of your organization. Also, in this certificate, you have QR code, and using your mobile program, you can see this document in open resource everywhere. If even if you save this QR code, you can show your virtual certificate. but it's not virtual. It will be in paper too. And the next you will get with certificate also protocol. It's two documents that must be in each it's some established state standard. The protocol certificate on the second page tag contains I said, and the protocol certificate bear the signature of the tag I say. Okay. And the result of you get. Such certificate must be received by all participants, yes, of today's lecture in accordance with the requirements of Ukrainian legislation. Each of you will get this protocol and certificate. And I want to admire that in the absence of such documents, employees of enterprise are fined by the regulatory authorities. So it's very important for Ukraine. So the next, I want you to introduce yourself in some words. I know your position. But there are many of you, so I can remember, yes, the specialization of your position according to occupational safety in your position, and I want you to say some words about it. What is your meaning of your field of occupational safety in your position? You can in turn and spell your name, and Christina write your names, and we'll get the score of your answers during this lection. Yes? Okay.
Yes.
So who will start?
I can start.
Yes, I. Who is I?
Michael.
Michael, yes. Okay.
I'm in charge of our construction department.
Yes. And what is your responsibility? How you see your responsibility of occupational safety in your position?
Yeah, but principally I'm responsible for that all the labor safety rules is kept on all the building sites. For our own employees, we are around 90 employees in the construction department, but we also have a lot of subcontractors working for us.
Okay. Okay. Do you have some colleagues that you give some задания?
Tasks.
Tasks, yes.
Assignments.
Tasks to do the works in your area, in your, for example.
Is it a part of your job to just assign some tasks for your colleagues?
I would not be able to manage everything myself, so yes, of course.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Who is next?
It is, and my name is Kim Holmgaard Jensen,
Okay.
and I am responsible for pig production and feed production in Ukraine, well, Ukraine. And yes, I also give tasks to other people. We have many farms and many people, so there is sometimes I give tasks, yes. And I guess I'm somehow overall responsible also for their safety, and that labor safety trainings are being done and conducted quarterly as they should. I'm not the person doing it. We have masters in these positions who are authorized to do this job, but yeah, there still need to be some follow-up that it's being done. So that's my job. Yes.
Okay, okay. It's cool that you, it's very great that you understand your responsibilities and of your responsibilities and risks that include this. Okay, the next quiz. Okay.
Rasmus. My name is Rasmus Bjergård. I am more like a technical supervisor, I guess. Not really like everything. Not really manager or something, but more like supervising. I don't delegate, but I do ask people to do specific jobs sometimes, like cutting the grinders or welding or things like that, electrical tasks. More that way. Then of course I observe also what people are doing in general.
Okay. Okay, who's next?
That would be me, Morten Fogh Albertsen.
Okay.
The one with the certificate.
Yes, the one with the certificate.
I'm the fleet biogas and dairy manager in this company. That means I'm responsible for the machinery in this company, that it's in good technical and safe condition, meaning that any sort of things on the machinery that can injure people, it's ultimately my responsibility that those protections are in place, that they function correctly and so on. I don't do that myself. I have a manager under me that delegates the specific tasks to some mechanics that do the repairs. In terms of labor safety in that part, I'm responsible to make sure that that the work is done and it's done correctly. To oversee the process, so to say. On the biogas, I also have a manager taking care of the daily business there, and that the work around this production is done safely and according to rules. And that's also the same situation on the cow farm we had. So 3 different sections with people in them that takes care of. So I'm responsible for all of them and indirectly delegate tasks to people that way.
Okay, it's great. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. The next.
That is me. Dan Stensey.
Okay.
I am a Wise Construction Manager. So I am in charge of all the construction and service tasks that's going on in Ukraine. I have all the guys under me. And in that case, I'm also responsible for the labor safety. Again, it's not me who's doing the actual instructions and all this. I have also masters for that.
Sir, can you please repeat your name once again?
Dan Stensey.
Thank you.
Can you spell it?
It's okay.
Dan Stensey.
Yes. Okay.
Dan, sorry.
Okay. That's all. Because I don't count
There's 2 more.
the member of.
Yeah, the next one is I'm Ricky Pedersen, and I'm crop production manager in Ukraine, meaning that I'm responsible from the seeding process and till we harvest on our fields. And I also have, managers who are taking care of the tasks in the field. So I'm also delegating tasks for the people.
Так, who is next?
It's me, it's Stefan Rank. I'm aerial manager, so yeah, I have the main responsibility of all what's going on in the field, biogas, workshop and everything. But of course, I have some people under me as well. For the labor safety, we have a guy, a specialist in labor safety who's employed, and he's taking care of a lot of these labor safety things. But of course, all managers have some kind of responsibility that is being kept.
Okay. Is it all?
Yeah.
Yes. It's nice. It's pleasure to hear that all of you describe your responsibilities and understand such deeply your occupational safety in your positions. So we'll continue. I want to ask you, in what document in your organization did you get acquainted with your job duties and occupational safety responsibilities, and the variants of questions in the job description manual, in the labor protection manual, in the employees operation manual, and in Forbes magazine? Right.
Yeah. You can rule out the last one. Don't have subscription for that, so.
I think it's mentioned in a part of the job description. That as well for the production and the production results, then there is also for the labor safety.
Yes. In what time of your practical period, you must know your duties? First step, in what date, for example?
First day, I guess. The first working day.
Yes. From first working day, you must know all your responsibilities. So that demand your position. Okay, thank you. Then 1 square. Yes, 1 square. To whom? 1 helmet. Protective helmet. Who get? Who is get? Spell please your name, Christine. Write down.
AIM.
Okay. I hear Christine.
It's like this internet provider you have in Ukraine. Kim. Oh, it's only Carlos.
Yeah, I think Carlos is worldwide.
Yeah.
You need to get out more.
Okay. Okay. I want you, all of you, well know your responsibilities, and I want you to know some information about statistics of injuries. It's very important because your position is mostly management position, and for example, according to the International Labour Office, there are about 50 million cases of workplace injuries in the world every day. It is that is 9 cases of injury every second. It's worse statistic. In the European Union countries, there are approximately 7 million cases of injuries at the workplace annually. Statistic in Ukraine for 11 months of 2021 is to 255 more than 74% fatal accident occurred due to organizational reasons. It's some short statistics, and I want to ask you, have you ever thought that the absence of accidents, the enterprise indicate a good reputation of your company, recording working condition for its employees?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You know about this. It's very important for Ukraine and your organization. Do you have a special commission at the enterprise consisting of at least 3 employees of the enterprise who can know the procedure for investigation accident and have the appropriate certificate of labor protection that I show you in a previous slide? Protocol and certificate must be in these employees of who consist in this commission. Do you have such commission in your enterprise?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yeah, yes.
Yes. Do you know which of the employees is a member of this commission? Do you know this such people?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
We have one here.
Okay. It's very important. It's very important for your organization because it's allow you to show some incidents in the way you want. It's very important for management of your organization. These members must have this protocol and license and review it every 3 years. So in Ukraine, labor safety is one of the priority areas of state activity and national policy. The state forms healthcare policy and ensures its implementation using the world experience in improving working conditions and safety. I want to admire that we celebrate the World Day of Safety and Health at Work every 28th of April. It's very important a celebration for a specialist of labor occupation. Miroslava, maybe no. In Ukraine, we have state labor service of Ukraine. It's we spell in Ukraine like Держpraці. It's shortly SLS. It's the Central Executive Authority of Ukraine, provides comprehensive management of occupational health and safety at the state level. For example, in Kyiv, state labor service in Ukraine in Kyiv region, located in street in this location. Yes, the certificates and protocols will signed in this
building.
Yes. So you will know this. Inspector of state labor service of Ukraine check compliance with labor protection regulation at enterprises. In some cases, it's can be very stressful. So your angel occupational health and safety specialist is your angel for this situation. This specialist of your organization can help you to avoid this stress in some period. I know this very well.
They will guide you, yes.
Yes. So I want to question students. Do you know that each visit of the state labor inspection must be noted in special journal, the special log journal? Do you have such a journal?
you say yes. So we'll be very surprised.
Yes, it's very important for your organization, and this journal will be exist or must exist. And do you have such log at your enterprise? And you make appropriate entries there.
Interesting.
Yeah, and try there. Так. Okay. I want to detailizate that inspectors verificate of compliance some document, some regulational that declare some acts of Ukraine. In the main act of Ukraine, the Constitution of Ukraine. Article 43 declare that everyone has the right to work, which includes opportunity to earn his living by work. He freely chooses of the accept. Use of forced labor is prohibited, and everyone has the right to proper, safe, and healthy working condition. It's very important. The legislation of Ukraine of labor protection is based on the constitutional right of all citizens of Ukraine to proper, safe, and healthy working condition, guaranteed by Article 43. The same article prohibits the employment of women and minors in work hazardous of their health. Yes. The next very important document that inspectors verificate how does it work in your company is the law of Ukraine of labor protection. I think that you hear this maybe in the previous studying. You're studying, yes? I think this law on labor protection, regulatory legal acts of labor protection. This include rules, norms, regulation, provisions, standards, instructions, and other documents mandatory for implementation. It also defines the concept of labor protection in general. And it's most importantly that it regulates the relations between employer and employee on the occupational safety and health in Ukraine. So it's this law gives the definition of such meaning that labor protection. It's a very useful meaning, and it means that occupational, labor protection, occupational safety. It's the system of it's a system of legal, social, economic, organizational, technical, sanitary, hygienic, and
yes,
and preventive measures and means aimed at the preserving human life and process of labor activity. It's labor protection is this definition is more than 90 questions of all testing and examination, and I want you to know that working condition at the workplace, safety of technological process, machines, mechanism, equipment, and other means of production, the condition of collective and individual protective means used by the employee. as well as sanitary and living condition must comply with the requirements of regulatory acts. And I want to ask you, in what document does the employee get acquainted with the working condition at the workplace at the time of employment? Is the maybe do you hear наказ про прийом на роботу is the order of accept on your position, yeah?
Order of acceptance into your position.
Acceptance, yes. And in that moment, you sign that you know all the specific of your workplace and hazards that exist. And I want to ask you, have you ever
Get to know such a document?
No, it's not document, but procedure. Laboratory that conditions have been investigated of your workspace. It's mean like laboratory studies of noising, lighting, and your working position at your workplace. Have you ever
We just
done
finished
such замеры, як буде?
Measurements.
Yes,
That's
yes.
regulations.
Measures, yes. Have you ever? Yes.
Yeah, we just finished the attestation of all the working places in our company, if that's what you're asking for.
In what positions do you?
Oh, we did it for many positions. We have a lot of different positions in the company. I don't remember the amount of positions, but 20, 30 positions.
It's especially useful for position that contain high work with hazard damages, with the damages. For example, workers who drive cars and use some machines, electricity, and so on.
But that was done for pig workers, for biogas, for kitchen staff, for many different kind of positions.
But it can used for another position. It's of course all the money of the company, and each company decide itself in what kind of things will spend this money. But it's also regulated by the law of Ukraine. You must do this laboratory yes. So verification. So article. I want to ask to tell about Article 13. Yes, Article 13. Occupational safety management and employers' obligation. The employer is obligated to create safe and non-hazardous working condition at the workplace. It's about the previous slide. Yes, it's your responsibilities to get to give some tasks for your підлеглі. Як буде?
So for the employees, for the staff?
Yes. It's very important for management. So the next Article 14. Employees' obligation to comply with their requirements of normative legal acts on labor protection. That means they must take care of personal safety and health, and know they comply with the requirements of regulatory acts and of labor protection. And there is many many requirements. You can see them in the link. Go to the link in this law of Ukraine of labor protection and see in the article of, 14. And the next article 6, the employee has the right to refuse the assigned work if there is a production situation dangerous to his life or health of people around him. So he must inform his immediately supervisor and not start work until the threat is eliminated. It's very important. The employee can refuse do his work, his responsibilities.
But they have to note, yes, that it happened and that you can't inform the job.
Mm-hmm. So the next article 44, the law of Ukraine on labor protection, article 44. Employees guilty on violent labor protection legislation bear criminal, administrative, disciplinary, and financial responsibility. Disciplinary responsibility. It provides for following types of punishment. It's reprimand and dismissal. Reprimand is more soft. And disciplinary responsibility is the obligation of an employee to be responsible to the employer for the disciplinary offense committed by him and to incur disciplinary penalties. It is applied by the management of the enterprise, institution, organization in relation of its employee. So I want you to think about, in your opinion, what are the ground of disciplinary action can be of this variant? Can be some, not one, but at once several of them. Who want to think about? Who want to tell?
Well, all of those are reasons for dismissals.
All of them, yes? Do you think? And include the last one, causing bodily harm with serious consequence of.
That's especially reason for dismissal.
Maybe, but not for disciplinary action. Not for that. Yes, not for disciplinary action. It's for an action for another.
For dismissal. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Okay. You get.
Get ahead.
Yes, hat. Helmet.
So
yes.
who it was?
Protective helmet virtual is yours.
What's the name? The person I have to.
The next responsibility is a financial responsibility. The procedure for compensation for material damage caused to the enterprise through the fault of the employee is determined by Article 130 of the Labor Code of Ukraine. This liability is usually limited to a certain part of the employee's earning and should not exceed the full amount of the damage caused. Some numerals of administrative responsibility. Administrative responsibility is the responsibility of official of the enterprise, which consists in the appliance of financial to them. The maximum fine of official and private enterprises is from 500 to 1,000 tax-free minimum incomes. Nowadays, it is equal to
1,284.
Yeah.
5.
It's in hryvnias. It's from 1,700 and 850. In case of repeated offense within a year, a fine from 100 to 100 tax-free minimum incomes. In hryvnias, you see the
Equivalence of that.
Yes. So for different enterprises, it's different sum, different heavy or not heavy. It depends on economical situation of organization.
So there are many factors that can influence it somehow.
Yes. Question for students. In your opinion, what are the ground for administrative action can be? Who want to ask? To answer. Who want to answer? Silence.
Last one is quite funny.
So who want virtual helmet?
Yeah, I guess you can say that the first four.
Once again, please.
The first
The
four.
first four, I would say.
First.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, and the last. Include or not? The
I
last.
don't imagine.
What?
I don't imagine.
Not that much.
Use of the director car or personal purpose?
Mm-hmm.
It's a joke. It is joke. Yes. It is not. It's not included. Yes. Correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. And you get a virtual protective helmet. Spell, please, to.
What's the name?
Yes.
Where I should say.
And you don't need a real helmet when you walk on water and they throw it out on the roof.
I have a virtual one, so it's nothing like that.
It's like you have a Jesus in the
car.
mirror, and you don't need seatbelts.
So,
Yeah.
the next, the most important maybe, criminal responsibility. So, according to the Article 271 of the Criminal Code, violation of occupational safety requirements by an official of an enterprise, if this violence caused damage to the health of the victim, shall be punished by a fine of 1,000 to 3,000 tax-free minimum incomes, or correctional labor for up to 2 years, or resistance of liberty for the same term. The same act, if it caused the death of people or other grave consequences, is punishable for corrective labor for up to 2 years, or resistance of liberty for up to 5 years, or imprisonment for up to 7 years. Criminal Code provides for a liberty for following type of crimes related to non-compliance with occupational safety rules. Violent of the requirement of the legislation of labor protection, it's Article 271. Violent of safety rules during the performance of work with increased danger, Article 272. Violent of rules concerning the safe use of industrial product or safe operation of buildings and structures, Article 275. And coercion. In your opinion, what are the grounds of criminal action can be?
So here we're talking only about criminal actions.
Yes, criminal actions. Who want to ask answer the question? Answer the question.
Last one is not the criminal offense.
The three first, and except for the last one.
And use of sense language in relation to collects not?
It's not red flags to, but I don't think that you can punish anyone for killing. I hope you don't go to prison 7 years.
Okay, it's not. It's not in your country. Yeah. Okay. It's time to time happens in, for example, in buildings area. It's salary. If employees not get salary in time, for example. So let's continue. We have such interesting
diagram here.
Yes, взаимодействие, як
cooperation.
Cooperation, yes. We have such cooperation in health and safety that consists of employer, work supervisor, and employee. These elements create a safe workplace and prevent potential errors of the prevention. Yes. The employer, work supervisor, employee ensure the safety of workplace and prevent potential hazards. The interaction of the key position in the occupational safety management system make it possible to assess the probability of a dangerous situation and neutralize it in time. Employer, work supervisor, employee are key element in occupational safety management system at enterprise and very important elements. So the first, our hero is the employer. What superpower? No, it's a joke, but I want to tell you about main responsibilities, main
duties.
Duties according to Article 13. It's one of question of testing. So, is a person, employer is a person who used hard labor. You everybody know. Is obligated to create safe working conditions at each workplace in the enterprise in accordance with the normative legal acts. Appoint official who ensure the solution of specific occupational safety issues. Approves instruction of their duties, rights, and responsibilities for the performance of their function. Finance occupational safety measures, it's very important nowadays, and the full range of employers' obligation you can see in Article 13. The link to go to the source is in the bottom of this screen. Next, we have the work supervisor. Work supervisor is a person directly related to the organization of safe work at the workplace. He is a specialist who have any employees in their subordinate and personally responsible for the state of occupational safety in their departments. Must not allow a subordinate employee to work without personal protective equipment, occupational safety certificate, medical examination, in a state of drug or alcoholic intoxication, training of employees in safe methods and techniques of work performance, and must conduct occupational safety briefings at the workplace. So, the next of this
Three
yes
points.
yes is the employee. The employee is a person who works at the enterprise, performs duties under the contract. The main responsibilities of employee duties described in Article 14. For example, take care of personal safety and health, as well as the safety and health of other people around. Know and comply with the requirements and regulatory acts of labor protection, rules, handling machines, mechanism, and so on. Protection means. Use collective and individual protection means. In the undergrad preliminary and periodical medical examination. So it's the main participants of workplace. I want you to notice. I know that Miroslava said that you don't use near miss. Like the system in labor protection, it's the system of labor protection. But I want to say a few words about it because it's a very useful
Which part here? And
yes, for another companies, for example. And I want to ask to tell about this some words. Many enterprises often use the effective near miss system. What does it mean? This is a type of incident when an error almost happened. It's a potential error, almost error. Error was prevented, did not happen. In other words, it is an event in which an error was prevented, but it is happened again. There is a risk what it will be not be noticed, and the error will happen.
so basically, it's the possible situation which didn't happen, but still it has the risk, and probably in the nearest future there would be some damages, some hazards. So that's why we estimate it.
Yes, and in the picture you'll see the situation before and after using near miss system. So here is the question: what dangers do you see in each grounds of previous picture? Describe previous and this picture. Describe them and measures to avoid such dangers. You can choose the variant of answers and describe how to avoid situation, potential risk situation. So who want to tell?
To take a guess, probably what is more important.
Yes. You must, it's your opinion, how to create workplace safety in this situation, which can you see in the picture.
Then I can give it a go.
You can give you can give your variant as well.
Remove the danger of falling. And then there's remove the wire and install protective planning also.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's all.
Mm-hmm. We don't remove eyes, yes, because we don't see eyes. We not improve lighting because it's day. It's light.
It's already not a problem here with lights, so
yes,
there is
yes.
no need to do that.
So okay.
So whom to assign a point?
Morton.
Yeah. No, it's Stephanie.
Okay. 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 We the next step. We have instructions. Instructions is a special document. Such a document as instruction is mandatory for employees of relevant profession or performance of relevant work at enterprise. In the picture, you can see the example of this instruction for some organization. The regulation of the development of occupational safety instruction is a document regulates the procedure of developing instructions of the enterprise. A link to know more about this document is on the bottom of this slide. This instruction, occupational safety instruction, the necessary instructions are developed by direct work supervisors who are responsible for their timely implementation. And we have such a register of occupational safety instructions. And the person who get instruction must sign in this journal, in this register.
Yes, that they had seen the instructions and that everything is fine and they acquainted with it.
Yes, it's important. You must have this register in your company. Then the issues of copies of instruction to the heads of structural subdivisions of the enterprise is carried about the labor protection service with registration in a special register of issuance of instruction on labor protection and the enterprise. In the previous journal, you just register instruction, and in this journal, in this journal, your sign for getting this instruction. It's two different register and two different meanings of this register. And both of them you must get in your company. Also, you must copies of the instructions are issued to employees by direct work supervisors during the initial briefings of their workplace. and each head of the structural subdivision of the enterprise should have a set of copies of instructions necessary for employees and all profession and for all types of work of the subdivision. And another special document that you must get in your subdivisions is the list of instruction approved by employer. Example of this list you see, and in case of change in the technological process of working condition, introduction of new technologies, new types of equipment, machines, materials, devices, the instruction is reviewed and supplemented. The period of review these instructions is in 3 or 5 years. 3 for danger for works in high damages, and for another in 5 years, every 5 years. So you see the source when you can write about how to create such document and know them about them more.
So there.
Okay. Question. I have a question. As usual, I want to ask you, who is given a set of instruction of occupational safety at the enterprise for conducting briefing at the workplace of subordinate employees?
That would be the occupational safety engineer.
Work supervisor.
Yes, work supervisor. A work supervisor to make instruction for
his subordinates.
Yes. Especially work supervisor. And if it's if a company is too small and work with damages and high hazards is absent, this відноситься, how to say,
it is connected with
the director of enterprise. So, and occupational safety engineer as well, cause some of instructions include his activity. And company car driver mustn't get set of instruction. Only one instruction, and from his work supervisor. Yes. And second question: where you give a set of occupational safety instruction?
Us directly, no.
Yeah, stuff.
We got for driving the car.
Yeah.
Do this?
Yeah, sure.
And
I think we signed out once.
No, not so long ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
This means something.
This means
You should say yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
We will not go forward until everyone says yes.
It says yes.
That's for everyone.
Okay. Who is get virtual helmet?
Morton.
Okay, Christina will write.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. What is score of our?
It's difficult, because
It's
there are
now.
many people answering.
Now it's a mystery. So we in chat we send this information.
Can we get a status now so we can see how much we need to fight from here to the end of the presentation?
So let's continue. Training and testing of knowledge of labor protection. It's an important document in requirement of the standard regulation of the procedure for training and testing of knowledge of labor protection. You can see on the open source Закон Рада ГОВЕ. Link you see on the monitor. In accordance with the current instructions, the company conducts briefing on occupational safety. The procedure of training and testing of knowledge on labor protection of official and other employees in the course of labor activity is carried out in accordance with the requirement of this document. So, employees at the time of hiring and in the process of work are instructed, trained and tested on occupational safety and at the expense of employer. And all managers, deputy managers, chief specialists, heads of main products and technical supervisors of services of enterprises, which are directly related to the organization of safe work, must undergo training and testing of knowledge on occupational safety every 3 years and get such document. Persons responsible for the technical condition and safe operation of high-risk machines, mechanism, and officials who official duties are related to management and control over the performance of high-risk work, construction, operation, and development of projects, technological regulation, and other technical document for high-risk work. Trainings of personnel for maintenance of high-risk machine mechanism and equipment. And it's requirement for these persons, and such document certificate must have employees involved in hazardous work, high-risk work.
So here is an extra document for employees who really risk their lives, and they have extra trainings and extra documents as well. So to test, is everything fine here?
This in the picture you can see the document for electricity 5 group of electricity for person who work with electricity. So this document review in every year. So I want you to know that high-risk work. What does it mean? At the enterprise, based on a list of works which increase danger, taking into account the specialists of production, the employer develops and approves the appropriate list of works which increase danger, which requires special training and annual testing of knowledge of occupational safety. high risk work. It is work in condition of exposure of harmful and hazardous production factors, and where there is a need for professional selections or related to the maintenance, management, use of technical means of labor or technological process that characterized by an increased risk of accident, fires, damage of health to health, property and environment. According to this list of high risk works, there are 137 names of such works and definition. For example, work from lifting and suspected startling and higher, and works in confined spaces, and for example using some special equipment, and so on. Link for this list you see in the bottom of this slide. And also we have we must in organization we in such different ways in this works we must have permit to perform hazardous work at the enterprise. Permit, it is doзвol, spell like doзвol.
It's such a document that we need to have, and we need to annually just check it once again and to get extra training sometimes, just in order that everything is fine. And technologies, they also differ from year to year sometimes, so that's why it's really important, especially in high-risk works.
Yes, and there is also on these works, that high-risk works, we create in some situation a form of work permission for the work with increased danger. So I have the question. Do you know what hazardous work permit is available at your enterprise?
Your work with high voltage electricity.
Do you know? Yes. Do you have such list in your enterprise, in your organization? Yes.
There's also work with chemicals.
And do you have special permission for this works for your organization? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So whom to assign?
No.
Rasmus.
I want you to take your attention in this picture. Briefings on labor protection. We must know that in addition to training, employees and the enterprise, when hired and periodically must undergo briefings on labor protection at the enterprise. By the nature and time of briefings on labor protection are divided into five
categories.
Categories, yes. Introductory, primary, repeated, unscheduled, and target. I think that all of you know this briefings, yes? The company develops and approves a relevant regulation of training of occupational safety, as well as schedules for training and testing of knowledge on occupational safety, which must be made public by the employer. In case of unsatisfactory result of knowledge testing on labor protection, employees must undergo repeated training and knowledge testing within 1 month. Employees, including officials who have not undergone training on occupational safety and health, are not allowed to work. And we briefly consider each of them. Introductory briefing on labor protection. What does it mean? Conducted with all employers who are hired for or permanent of temporary work, regardless of real of their education, with the employees of other organizations who arrived at the enterprise and are directly involved in the process of perform of other work of the enterprise, with pupils and students, and with executions in case of execution of the enterprise. I don't know if you have such excursion.
Yes.
Excursions for
new workers,
yes.
for new staff members, or when the new process starts, there is introductory briefings.
Yes, maybe for example, you show your process for maybe pupils and students in to show something and to
encourage them to work better and probably to start working in another area.
Так, ну це мається на увазі, що студенти проходять практику просто, якщо приходять практику.
So students, they have field trips and special practical lessons in order to enhance their skills or at least to get acquainted with all the procedure and how it is conducted properly.
Yes, and we have the register of registration of the induction briefing of labor protection. Introduction, yes, introduction. So you see the form of this register, and this form is obligated for your specialist, health and safety specialist. And maybe you have this journal on your area for a work supervisor. So questions for the students. Who conducts introductory briefings at your company? I think that you know it's
necessary to know that information.
Yes, в наказах відображено.
It is signed in some special documents in your company, and so.
Yes, I want to ask, should you provide an introductory briefing to an employee in another company who serves air conditioners,
Conditioners, yes.
At your company? Can somebody answer?
Make a guess, probably.
Yeah.
How do you think?
We should principally introduce every subcontractor that's working for us.
Yes, because it's take part of process. Do his job in your area of your organization. So it's important. And another briefing is initial briefings on the labor protection. initial briefings is conducted before the start of work directly at the workplace with the employee. Newly hired, permanently or temporarily, to the enterprise of the individual who used hired labor. Transferred from the one structure until to the enterprise to another, who will perform your work for him or her, a secondary employee or another enterprise who is directly involved in the production process at the enterprise. And we have the question.
And there is such a who
Yes,
conducts initial briefings at your company.
Who want to?
Is it the team leader and the
Answer.
work supervisor? Work supervisor. Maybe ahead.
The answer is supervisor. Yes.
Yes. Work supervisor. Yes. Так. And is the initial briefing conducted to the employee in the occupational safety officer, or at the employee's workplace, How do you
Workplace.
At the workplace? Yes. Okay. Who get a virtual helmet protect?
Then
Okay. Write down, please.
Yes. Noted.
Okay. Repeated briefings on labor protection. Repeated briefings is carried out at the workplace individually with an individual employee or a group of employees performing the same type of work in terms of the scope and content of the list of issues on the initial brief. Repeat the briefings is carried out not less frequently. It's about one time in 3 months for high-risk sports, and for another once in 6 months. I think that you know this information maybe, or here somewhere, yeah. And I want to ask you: do you think that employees whose participation in the production process is not related to the direct maintenance of the facilities may not be re-instructed? How do you think?
Or is it necessary still to make some revisions for the employees in order not to forget their duties and how the procedure goes?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay, that's right. So virtual helmet, who get? Who get?
Gordon.
Who say the answer? Who say the answer?
I've noticed.
Да, дякую. Can we take 5 minutes break for?
Oh, break. Okay. We will break.
Yeah,
Do you want? Yes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Okay. We will meet 5 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Gordon.
Ja. Du har været i Danmark, eller? Okay.
Det er ikke nogen, jeg vil have.
Ja.
Jeg er elektriker.
Hvem det er? Det er den der finans... En, som laver alle CME'er og cashflows og... Så skulle vi have noget, der kan gøre. Ja, kom bare. Ja, det er.
Lidt kort. Jeg tror ikke, men på den anden side, så skal man ikke tage linje. Nej. Ja, det går lidt af den dør, der når den ikke kan lukke, så er det langt åbent. Den der op til oven. Kan den ikke det? Nej. Er der kommet glas i den? Ja, der er glas i. Men vi kan bare ikke lukke. Og så ved jeg ikke, at vi skal have en automatisk dørlukker på, så den bare lukker. Eller vi bare skal instruere rengøringsdækken, det er højst sandsynligt inden nu. Ja, ja. Det er også svært. I Polen har de fået sådan en sparevideo op, hvor de så... Det er fint nok. Det kan ikke åbne vinduet, når den står på træ. Fordi hun så er blevet varmt. Så skruer de så lidt lidt. Og det er så også bliver det klart. 2 timer senere. Så er nogen skruet op på dem, sikkert.
Як Майкл? Нормально?
Yeah, things have to go through.
Так, а ну дивимося, може хтось немає, може камер треба. Хтось інше до себе. А маєте? Давайте. Так, давайте було.
Jamen, det er jo også spring. Altså, ja, det kan man. Det kan man. Men ved du hvad? Termostater. Og mange folk.
Ja, de havde faktisk nogle i Polen, hvor man kunne lave en minimum max, det er ikke noget af. Men de havde faktisk nogle.
Det er vi også ved at købe. Jamen, jeg kunne høre, at vi kan have snakket om det den anden dag. Det er nogle stykker.
Så vi se, hvordan det kommer. Nok ikke så langt. Vi starter på det. Men altså, den der mand. Ja, der, du skal lige pille hatten af, så er der en klips derinde. Så kan du bare ikke
Так, всі вже кава.
Jeg har også kigget, om man kunne få sådan en styring, man kan bygge på, men der er ikke nogen, der vil bygge op på en elrettighed, så det findes jo faktisk, det gør det. Nej, men jeg tænkte på dem i containerne, der er alle stikkene alligevel kørt individuelt op til tavlen. Jeg ved ikke, om det er det. Ja, det er i hvert fald mange. Og man så er jo
placeret den er længere fra i hjelm.
Nej, det er fylder stik, som er kommet til radiatoren. Sidder man ikke på en forlængende. Ja, så kan du selvfølgelig ikke.
Hvad kan du lave der?
Så kan du jo sende sensor der. Så tænder og slukker du alt det, som på den samme på den samme termostat, hvis det kunne lade sig gøre.
Hvad med rumtemperaturstyringen? For det snakker du om?
Ja, det vil jo sådan lidt være så, ja. Fordi der er det der med det er jo lidt det samme med en termostat. Du kan bare ikke sætte en max på.
Туди.
Op til
І туди.
Så er der en, der skulle være 20 grader, for eksempel. Og så termostaterne, de åbner og lukker i forhold til de 20 grader.
Det er også smart.
Det vil være meningen, men vi kan faktisk få det udstyr, fordi det er i retsstof.
Det er jo det er jo også et af det. Der er jo chips i sådan noget. Og chips, de har det jo med at gå i rækken.
Ja, men det er bare noget.
Det er sådan en ord.
Ja. Det er nok.
Det er altså.
Okay, det er altid, vi tager det. Det er set om det.
Og du sidder der snart om politik. Det er kæft nu her. Det er nogle af de store bosslige. Ja, de er den.
Det har jo selvfølgelig været lov til at gøre. Man så i Kina, så lukker de et eller andet ned. Fuldstændig opslag på grund af corona.
Det bliver heller ikke med at gå, de er nødt til at åbne det op.
De sagde, at de sidste kinæserne.
Det lyder bare som om, at de rejser for at gøre det, fordi at det jo bare ikke er nogen naturlig immunitet på grund af det der.
Ja.
Så hvis de bare lukker op, så...
De er nødt til at lukke fra det. Ja. Men de er nødt til at vise folk, at der er en plan.
Jeg kan ikke gå det meget.
Nej, ikke helt.
Jeg læste nogle artikler om danskere, der var derovre, hvor de bare var lukket inde. Det var fuldstændig sindssygt, og det var...
Du var så på at have med mad derhjemme, fordi du blev bare lukket ind 30 gange. Det var bare ikke
Hvad var det? Der var en eller anden, der havde kæmpet 70 dage, eller sådan noget, man kom ud.
70 dage?
Ja, men der var nogle steder i Shanghai, det var sådan noget 9 uger og sådan noget. Snakker om.
Fuldstændig crazy.
Det er altså bare langt.
Det er vanvittigt.
Du svejser bare døren til lejlighedsblokken.
Så må de bare selv finde ud af for mad.
Det er vanvittigt.
Ja, det er da sagt, vel. Vis nogle videoer, hvordan de har åbent vinduer, og de bruger ikke også. Vi har ikke noget mad, vi er sultne. Det er fuldstændig sindssygt. De er bare ligeglade, kineserne. Det er som Rosenberg. Det er der folk.
Hvis ikke værre.
Kommer der ligeglade. Ja, hvis ikke værre, ja.
Ja, jeg tror sgu, det er sgu nok værre. Det er bare sat lidt mere i systemet i Kina, så det får til, at det ikke så stejlt ud.
Ja.
Men jeg tror sgu, det er værre.
Så de glæder til censur af internet og sådan noget, det har de jo praktiseret.
Ja.
Lidt så sprang på lidt længere tid.
De er bedre til det.
Hvor er det, de ikke viser tilskuerne til VM? Vi er fodbold.
Ja, det er de jo været nødt til. De kan jo ikke vise, at der sidder folk på tribunen uden masker på.
Nej, der er så mange mennesker samlet.
Ja, det kan de jo ikke.
Så det var bare fint i verden.
Det var bare tribunen, der var tomt.
Nej, de har så klippet det om, så der kun er kameravinkler, hvor du kun ser banen.
Så det var nogle gode, der var
Og har været spillerne jo. Men altså, det er så du ikke ser, at der er tilskuere på tribunen. Ja.
So, everyone is here?
Yes.
Yes. Can we continue?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay. We have the last two last definition, and we consider them. Unscheduled briefing and labor protection. What does it mean? It conducted with employees and the workplace or in the occupational safety office. When in case of new revised regulatory legal acts on labor protection and instructions. In case of changes in the technological process, replacement of modernization of equipment, devices and tools. In case of violation by employees of the requirements of regulatory legal acts, and in case of break of a break in the constructor's work for more than 30 calendar days. And I want to ask you, do scheduled briefings have a recurrence period, for example, 3 or 6 months? How you think? How do you think? Can you repeat this unscheduled briefings? For example, in 3 or 6 months?
Only for contractors, yeah, after breaks. You have that reschedule.
You must not repeat. You don't have to repeat because it
isn't scheduled and it happens only when there is a need for it. So that's why it can and it cannot.
Yes. And the next one is a targeted briefing. Targeted briefing is conducted with employees during the liquidation of an incident of natural disaster and when carrying out work for which work permit order of instruction is issued in accordance with the law. So,
final question.
Who conducts target briefings at your company? How do you think?
Work supervisor.
Yes, it's correct answer.
Cum tu ai,
Morten.
It's excellent. It's excellent. Yes.
But if there is an accident, isn't it also the labor safety engineer?
Mm-hmm.
If you're talking about an accident, at
Yes.
least I think we practice that.
No help for you.
I know. I'm not trying to steal any of your ass, but trying to figure out what's right.
So, так. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, as a conclusion, initial, repeated, and scheduled all this except first briefings are conducted by the direct work supervisor, head of the structure unit, foreman, or an individual who used hired labor. The person who conducted the briefings shall make an entry in the register of briefings of occupational safety and health and workplace about the initial, repeated, and so on briefings. And then admission to work. So you see in this picture the form of this register. It's an important document and it used when in enterprise happened the accident. So
it's used only mostly when it's necessary to use,
yes.
and not in everyday life.
Так.
Ask a question to this briefing and initial training. Can you conduct them at the same time and just sign 2 logbooks?
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to have a briefing plus training on the first, like when you start your work.
Mm-hmm.
Чи можемо провести і брифінг, і тренінг в один час фактично? Чи це обов'язково різні дні або різні якісь терміни?
We can do it in some in the one day.
But not.
Because it's different. Because it's different reason of this briefings and another situation.
Yeah.
So it can happen in one day, probably just different time periods, for example, different hours, but still it is not necessary to divide into weeks or days. So it has to be implemented as long as there need is.
Okay.
And questions. Question for students. Так. Who want to ask? Who want to answer? Yes. Who want to answer? We have three. Questions.
You can choose either question to answer.
First one is every time you start doing, people start to do something they have not done before, like a new place of work, or you move to another site and things are different. You have to have the introduction of briefing.
A new employee. Yeah. On their task.
The second?
Somebody who's entering first time somewhere. Yeah. To, I guess, yes.
Mm-hmm. Can an occupational safety engineer conduct initial briefing at the workplace?
Yeah.
In which case?
No.
In which case?
No, we cannot. No.
Not at the working supervisor. Work supervisor, like you said all the time.
No, we cannot, sorry. I don't know, ask us.
Mm-hmm. And how you consider can an employee be allowed to work without occupational safety certificate? In this situation, when he forget this certificate somewhere, or when he haven't at all this certificate. How you consider? How do you think?
No, I guess not.
For example, employee, worker in his area do his work, and in revision, you notice that he has this certificate. What will you do?
Get him the certificate.
What will you do?
Well, train him and acquire this certificate for him.
Okay, you don't. You can't allow to permit this worker to do his work without certificate.
Okay.
Yes, and if he say that he forgot this certificate, for example, you must check out if does it exist and the date of this certificate. So okay, what is score? Who get the our virtual bonus?
You?
No.
Yes.
No. One of you. It must be.
Ask one.
Say it to Christina, please.
Okay, yes, I heard it.
Okay. So, I wanted you to consider some of labor protection acts. we have at last two documents, and we consider this in some situation. You see the situation related to the normative act that we call rules of labor protection during the operation of cranes, lifting devices, and related equipment. Link to resource you see in the screen, and we have situation. The company OS has permission to operate the following equipment: lifting cranes of all types, electronic, hoist, overhead cranes, truck cranes, pneumatic wheel cranes, crawler cranes, including hands noise and manipulators equipment with a hook. And we have 3 responsible persons who have been appointed for the safe operation of the cranes. Of the cranes. Person A, an employee who survives, who supervise the maintenance and safe operation of the equipment. Person B, an employee responsible for the maintenance of lifting equipment in good condition. Sorry. And person C, an employee responsible for the safe operation and cranes and equipment. So the question is, we see the picture. Question is, what is the person C responsible for at the place of operation of the crane? And we have choose operation. I ask one of you, or maybe in turn, to say in what situation is
person C
suited for person C, for his responsibility. Person C, I remind, you can an employee responsible for safe operation of cranes and equipment. For safe operation of cranes and equipment. So let's start. Who won?
The first one, yeah. Training in the profession of a crane operator.
I don't know about number 3, maybe.
No, because safe operation of crane and equipment. So that's number 1. Stop there.
Let's be say in turn. For example, like this, in this way. Training in the professional of a crane operator.
Is it suitable or no?
Is it suitable or no for person C?
Yes.
Yes. Second, the medical examination of a crane operator. Is it suitable or no?
No.
What?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No, yes?
So why so?
Okay, it's the correct answer. It's suit. Occupational safety training.
Yes.
Yes, it's suit. Yes, okay. It's correct. Trained repair team.
No.
Maybe no.
Maybe no. If it's if we have
Another staff member for that.
Yes, for the по договору, например, подряд.
During the contract issues. And
Yes, and we have another contract with another company. Or manufacturer's passport.
Yes.
Also, yes.
Yes, okay. Technical inspection of a crane.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, okay, yes. Survivable or slings. Yes. The presence of ducks, not banned. It's a requirement. Survivable and slings.
Serviceability of slings.
Yes, yes, yes. Survivability of slings. Is it used or no?
Still for the person C.
Yeah, yes. Yes.
Yes, okay. Survivable of hawks.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yes. Keeping a log of inspection of slings.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yes. Fencing and safety wearing slings.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Project inspection design.
No.
No.
Yes.
No or yes?
No. No.
We must notice the area of working space and where this work exists.
Yeah, but a project.
Yes,
Normally.
project execution design. Це технологічні, господи. How to, да. Performance of works according to the work order.
Yeah.
Approval of work performance under the work order near power lines or with the owner of power lines. Is it used or not?
Yes. And he's responsible.
He can check it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he must check it and ensure that it exists. Workers, slingers who are in trust with or signaling or to crane operators should be provided with vests, helmets, armbands, signal buttons of bright colors. This such communication without between these employees.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Так, we will do this. Okay. So, who answer most of
questions given?
Ricky.
Who?
Ricky.
Okay. Write down, please.
Yes. Noted.
Okay. Second situation I want to consider. Consider situation that related to the normative act rules of labor protection during the operation of equipment working under pressure. It's another normative document, and I want you to consider a situation from these rules. And you have link to a resource also. We have a situation. We know the company OS and has a permit. Company OS has a permit for the operation of the following equipment. Дозвол, да? Steam and hot water boiler with a capacity of more than 2 kilowatts. Autoclaves receives more than 25 liters of compressors. It has permission document. So, question: what should the person responsible for the safety of vessel operation ensure? And you must select the correct answer of following. Who want to take part?
Take part in our questionnaire.
Who want?
First three for sure, yeah.
It's your opinion. Yes. You just
try to share what you think on that.
Yes, you just make your conclusions for your daily operation. And we, yes, and by the way, we just correct your answers. So who want?
But you already,
I think we all agree.
we all agree.
Yeah, we all agree, it's all of them.
Give a head for. We have more.
So we will go in this way. Maintenance of wellness in working condition. Is it?
Yes.
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 Yes. Maintenance of wellness vessels by trained and certificate workers.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Compliance with the implementation of instructions of the mode and safe maintenance of vessels.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Timely diagnostics and preparation of the vessel for technical testing.
Yes.
Yes.
Preparation of technical instruction for the operation of equipment.
Yes.
Yes.
Organization of periodic technical of workers' knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Timely elimination of detected faults.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maintenance of vessels in working condition.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Availability of technical passport of equipment.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, availability of identification and certification of equipment.
Yes.
Keeping a special log of boiler room operation duties.
No.
No. Okay. Is it correct? It is correct answer.
Correct.
Yes. It's duties for another worker. At the workplace, check the serviceability of the valve by blowing it up. The pressure gauge by turning the three-way valve, and this is manipulation. We will not read it. At the workplace, check the survivable of the valve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have such a worker
Yes.
to do this manipulation? Yes. It's your worker, yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, yes. The pressure gauge must be verified and not damaged and have a stamp. Who review this?
It's our boiler engineer.
Okay. Okay. Check the pumps and feed and reserve and working pumps by short terms Sarek on and off. Who does it? Who do it?
The maintenance guy.
Your worker, yeah? It's you or not? It's you. Yes. Okay. 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 It is correct answer. Okay. So in this slide we finish. We have homework. We have homework. I want you to read about the next act of labor legal documents of health and safety document. Раз, два, три, четыре. It's the sixth document, and I will send you a source of this document, and I will see. I will send you six situation. It will be like this, this situation that we consider, and you, if each of you will answer on it, and send me or give answers to your organizer. Okay. 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 And you will check. You will get helmets also. So we finish. We completely fit in our timing. It's now 10:12. So,
yes.
Yes, and we finish. So maybe do you have some questions or something to say for me?
How many helmets did we get?
How many times? It's Christina can
Yes, I can send
yes.
the photo even.
Yes. Yes, she report, and I will. Oh, okay. I will say send to Miroslava, and she show you. She show you.
She will show you. Yes, she will send you probably.
Yes,
Those
your virtual helmets. But in a picture, it sticks. But imagine helmets.
Yes, I wasn't able to draw them. So probably you have any feedback that you want to share on that lesson.
Well done.
So
There was a link in your last slide there to this text document, or is it the same as we have received earlier from Miroslava?
На останньому слайді було те, що він вже показувала.
На останньому слайді було.
You actually had a lot of links, and it was very difficult to manage to write them down.
Do you mean once again?
Було дуже посилань, і вони не могли це записати.
I will send you a presentation if you want.
That could be nice. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Okay. It conclude all source of documents. It will be.
So everything will be included there, so you can get back to it later and to watch some more facts if you wish to, and even to copy down the links if you need them.
So everybody, thank you for attention. I wish you a good day. It's the end. Yes, yes. You can log out.
Okay, thank you.
From the conference.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Then what is the next step in this stuff?
So, Miroslava, коли буде диплом?
Як тільки заплатимо гроші, другу частину. Сьогодні я подам на оплату.
Але ми треба робити це.
Так, але ви маєте теж?
завдання.
Так. І відправляти Ірині або мені. Так.
Там ти будеш перевіряти, що все правильно.
Добре, хай буде так.
Ти буде мати цей диплом, так?
Це питання. Як було? Чи цікаво було, чи нормально навчання?
Чесно, я очікую щось цікавіше.
Цікавіше, так?
Так.
Ну, охорона праці ніколи не є цікавою.
Я
Загальний це спор, це
Так.
треба чисто.
Були тести.
Це багато інформації треба робити дуже коротко.
просто там не було дуже багато конкретного.
Ну,
І все, що вона казала, ми могли читати по 20 хвилин. І я кажу чесно, як я.
Але тести робила, вона працювала з аудиторією, і вона питалася, що є, як є. То ви могли прочитати, могли не прочитати. Тут ви розумієте, що ви все одно мали це зрозуміти. Деколи буває, що якщо є текст, ти працюєш як книжка, і воно не лишається в голові. Тут надію, що воно залишилося в голові. Що можна прочитати і 100 разів, але ті інструкції, ви, наприклад, знаєте, що є інструктажі, але ви вже зрозуміли, що вони дуже важливі, що їх треба обов'язково записувати. І так, хто це пише, ну, крім Мортона, що це пише керівник, і чому ми говоримо, ці менеджери наші, чому важливо їх вчити, тому що вони мають мати це саме навчання, тому що ви керівники. Але якщо ви їх навчили, значить вони відповідають за тих людей. Але разом з тим з вас це ніхто не знімає відповідальність. Тобто це ще раз доказувало те, що ви відповідаєте за людей. Ви є керівники, відповідаєте і несете цю відповідальність і кримінальну, і матеріальну, і ті, що ми говорили з відповідальністю. То це, щоб зрозуміти, що охорона праці, вона не є цікавою. Це є просто те, що написано, як ми кажемо, що всі правила написані кров'ю. Це правда, якщо є щось стається, щось погане, то тоді дописується, робиться зміна в законі, що там ще щось дописується один пункт. От це все написано по факту, то що було. І як я завжди кажу, краще не вчитися на чужих помилках, а не на своїх. Щоб ми могли зрозуміти, що чужі помилки це кров, це досвід, але ми знаємо, що в нас була така помилка, і ми вже стараємося наперед навчити. Через то ми хотіли навчити і вас, як керівників, щоб ви зрозуміли. А для тих керівників, наших менеджерів, наших безпосередніх керівників, майстрів, ми провели навчання цього тижня, і вони вчили один день охорони праці, але другий день тільки правила. І вони 2 години вчили, і в мене є записано, що тільки вчили правила. І просто не викладач говорив, а інспектор, який знає, які бувають випадки і смертельні. Він говорив багато прикладів, ну, слухало багато. Ми бачили, що це було цікаво. Бо документ – це є документ, ми його купляємо. Але щоб зрозуміли люди, що це документ, треба навчання. Ну, а якщо треба ще навчання, я готова вам допомогти, зробити. Дуже добре, я вам просто дякую, що ви все послухали, витерпіли, тому що це охорона праці, ми перший раз так збираємося в такому складі. Ви просто молодці, що слухали, відповідали. Так що, а там я вам поможу, що там треба зробити, щоб пройти цей тест, і щоб ми вже мали документ, який підтверджує, що ви, як керівники, згідно українського законодавства, маєте право керувати тим департаментом, де ви є зараз. Ви вищі керівники. І все. Так що якось так. Все, дуже дякую вам.
Дякую вам.
А презентація я вам вийшла, що буде дуже, що не так. Просто за кроком.
Кашка.
А скільки часу ми маємо на це домашнє завдання?
Вона казала, що тиждень маємо, але можна весь грудень до неї звертатися до питань, якщо ще навіть додатково. Так що це можна